Okay, we'd like to welcome 2021, the Genesis Invitational champion, Max Homa. Quite the day. Just before we get into it, Max, this is your second victory on tour. You've moved to number 10 in the FedEx Cup. The finish was pretty amazing for all of us, maybe not so much for you. Just talk us through your thoughts after that mishap on the 18th green and then before heading out for the playoff.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't a very good putt. It broke a little more than I would have liked it to for a 3 or 4 footer. I just was a little nervous, honestly. This tournament means a lot to me. It was a little shaky, didn't hit a very good putt. It was kind of the first one all day that I didn't hit well. I obviously missed some, but it was the first one where I kind of mishit it. But this morning my wife gave me a piece of advice. There were a few bullet points. One of them was forgive quickly. And she called me after, told me to do that, and it was kind of perfect because, I played a pretty perfect round of golf, very flawless. So what was there to be too mad about? I was about to be in a playoff at the place that I first fell in love with golf. So it was obviously a kind of a roller coaster to everybody else, but to me, I just was kind of continuing to play golf. And fortunately, I came out with a win. I would have kind of probably had a bad taste in my mouth had I not. But that's golf. Golf's hard. I make it look especially hard at times. But fortunately, I played some solid golf in the playoff and got it done.
Okay, we'll jump straight into questions. We've got a few lined up, so we'll just ask that folks, if you just ask one question, we'll have the opportunity to come back for a second if it's not a quick follow-up. So we'll start with Daniel Rappaport. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, congrats, Max. You mentioned you come to this event as a kid. I'm wondering, what do you think 8-year-old Max Homa's reaction would be if you told him what happened today?
Oh, man. I used to like the soft pretzels here a lot, so he probably would have hoped that I'd buy a lot of them and eat a lot of them. But I don't know. I think young me even would have had a hard time dreaming this one. It was so fun to watch from the other side of the ropes. Even just playing every day I come here is kind of a pinch me moment. So when I saw my name up at the top of the leaderboard, it hit me. But it was helpful that I played well here last year and got to go through those emotions. I felt much calmer this year. And it's truly a dream come true. My dad's been bringing me here since I was basically a baby. So I think 8-year-old Max will be pretty darn proud.
Okay, we'll jump to Doug Ferguson. Go ahead, Doug.
Max, on the 10th in the playoff, your emotion didn't change at all when you walked up and saw your ball next to the tree. I'm curious what was going through your head and how did you play the shot, what club you used, how you played it, etc.
Yeah.
Shot, by the way.
Thank you. 10's a crazy hole. Taylor Gooch and I were talking about it on 11 today during the regulation round. And a lot of people don't like it. I love it. I think golf could use a little chaos at times. It's probably not a perfect hole, but it's fun. A lot can go on. You kind of aim at these trees and kind of just see what happens. And I hit a good tee ball. I pulled it maybe 5 yards left of where Tony was, which is kind of where you wanted to hit it. And what are you going to be mad about when you make a good swing when you're nervous? Obviously had a weird looking shot, but I had a shot, which is cool. I took a 50-degree out and just hooded it as much as I could to get it started as left as I could with some tumble spin, because going into that Kikuya uphill, it always sticks. So I tried to land it as low into the hill as I could to get it rolling and hit it really well. I honestly, I think I thought it was a little easier than a lot of other people. So maybe that was just kind of a product of the moment. But, I hit a really good putt after that, which also settled the nerves from the bad putt I hit on 18 in regulation. So it kind of made me feel back upbeat and positive about everything like I was earlier in the round.
Excellent, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, it looks like we have Jeff Shackelford with his hand up. Go ahead, Jeff. Do you have a question?
Hey Max, just in the world of tournament golf, where does winning this tournament rank in terms of the ones you've most wanted to win in your career?
1A, 1B, 1C. I don't know if I could ever do anything cooler in golf than this. Just for me, for my caddy Joe, we were raised 25 miles north of here. Tiger Woods is handing us a trophy. That's a pretty crazy thought. We grew up idolizing him, idolizing Riviera Country Club, idolizing the golf tournament. To get it done it's almost shocking, but it feels it feels like it just can't be top just for me.
Okay, looks like the next question will be Dylan DeChia. Go ahead, Dylan.
Hey Max, you may have already answered this by saying that you were talking to your wife, but I was curious what you were looking at with your phone in between 18 and the playoff.
Not a lot. I had a few texts from some buddies, and then I have a group chat with some of my best friends from when I was living in Southern California in Long Beach, and the dude that was the best man at my wedding all week was asking if anybody was going to make a hole-in-one on 10 this week, and we told him he's an idiot and it's not ever going to happen. And so right before we left the range, I texted him and said, Pete, has anybody made a hole-in-one on 10 yet? So we're just trying to keep it loose, do what I would normally do with some downtime. But yeah, other than talking to my wife, I texted a couple people and just kind of tried to get on with business.
Thanks, Max.
Okay, next question will go to Michael Bamberger, golf.com.
Thank you. Max, I see that your father is a serious acting coach and an actor, and I wonder if you see any connection between the two professions, trying to get good at golf and trying to get good at acting.
I don't think there's very many parallels, but being able to be raised by a man who teaches is always good and helpful, I feel like, for a kid. He knows his strengths when it comes to teaching, and the moment I asked him about the golf swing when I was a kid, he sent me to a coach. So I feel like that knowledge is important. I don't think there's really any parallels between acting and golf, other than me at times trying to act like I'm the best player in the world when that may not be the literal case. But other than that, I just feel like it was just being raised by somebody who can teach and can understand a child's or a kid, young adult's growth into something that they want to be great at.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, next question will go to Rex Hoggard from Golf Channel. Go ahead, Rex.
Congratulations, Max. Talking about how much this means to you, do you have any idea, were you calmer than you thought you were going to be?
Yeah, I truly think last year helped. Seeing my name up, second place with Adam Scott on 15, I had that seared into my memory. And coming down the stretch, I made one bad swing on 16 and got kind of a bad break on 18. And I kind of came into this event, or especially today and yesterday, knowing that I handled myself really well last year. I just needed to clean up 1-2 mistakes. So I did feel calm. And I've been feeling much calmer ever since I've been focusing on just being more in the moment, not really worrying about outcome as much as my process. I've been playing really good golf. I felt very comfortable today. I was just trying to put together a good round and see what would happen come 4, 5, 6 holes left. And yeah, it was nice to feel calm. The putts, I definitely felt nervous. Obviously 18, I was shaking like a leaf there for a second. But that's what you're supposed to feel like when you're trying to win something that's as important as this is.
Next question will go to Adam Schupak, Golf Week. Go ahead, Adam.
Thank you. Hey, Max, what did you learn from the failure at the American Express that you were able to put towards your effort today?
It's only a failure if you don't learn from it. So I didn't fail. I learned a lot. I played a pretty good round of golf, tee to green. Got a lot of in-between numbers. Couldn't get the ball close. Couple little mistakes, but I just didn't putt it well. But I felt calm. Maybe tried to force things a little bit, but I didn't learn. I didn't feel like I really lost it because of nerves or lost it because of the moment. I just had one of those days at a bad time. But I tried to continue to focus on what I'm doing, try to just get to be better at golf, really. Just keep working on some shots that maybe don't feel comfortable and then would feel even more uncomfortable when you're coming down the stretch. But it was also fun being in the group with Siwoo and Tony, who both played really well, and just watch how they went about their process and how they played, and realizing that it wasn't anything special, in professional golf standards. They just really played some solid golf. So I've been just trying to play solid golf ever since.
And for those of us who weren't at the trophy ceremony, what did Tiger say to you?
He told me to way to hang tough after I missed that putt on 18. I told him I was embarrassed. I missed a shorty in front of the most clutch athlete ever. But that was a surreal moment. I have looked up to Tiger my entire life, and to be standing anywhere with him, let alone with the trophy in between us, was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Okay, Mike Canizaro, sorry, I just see you have your hand up. Do you have a question? Go ahead, Mike, if you do.
I do, thank you, Max, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm curious, how soon after the putt on the 72nd hole on 18, did your wife call you, did you call her, and what exactly did she say?
I called her after I signed my score, and I said I think I choked a little bit, and I laughed. And she said, no, you played great. You know, don't worry about it. Don't forget to forgive quickly. And it was funny because she gives me, and she would admit it, some really dumb advice every day before I play. They're very random. Now they're sometimes somewhat wise, but they're just out of left field, whatever she could think of. So it was kind of ironic that that's the one she came up with. But yeah, you know, it happens. I forgave myself. I remember the putt I hit on 17. I think that was a little, you know, that was clutch on 17, and you know, wasn't as clutch on 18. But you gotta, you know, she was helping me remember the good stuff I did that day, today, which was a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go back to Doug Ferguson from the AP. Go ahead, Doug.
Quick thing, Matt, what was the club on 18?
Sandwich.
Sandwich, okay, you don't have to laugh. The other thing I want to ask, I'm thinking 26 holes, the last 26 holes of this tournament without a bogey. In terms of the quality of your play, as you're going along, not that you're keeping track of that, but how much confidence does that give you as you get to the finish line?
Oh, I knew I didn't have any bogeys, and I was proud of that. Fred Couples, oddly enough, has been texting me, especially throughout this week, and he told me Thursday or Friday that solid rounds or solid golf wins at Riviera, and just keep playing solid. And I've been thinking about that ever since, and especially on a day like today. It's really difficult this morning when we came back out. Made 2 great putts to start, kind of settle my nerves, and I just was trying to be as solid as I could. My coach and caddy Joe have been, we've had a mantra this week, position over perfection. So we're just trying to leave it in the best spot all week. And, you know, I thought we did a really good job of that this week.
Are you happy to be going back to Augusta with just at least the little fans this time?
Yes. I don't know if anyone's ever said no to that. I cannot wait to get back to Augusta.
Thank you.
Well, Max, we don't have any more questions in the queue, but I do want to ask you, earlier in the week, you got to reconnect with your English teacher, Linda Gus. That seemed like it was a pretty emotional moment for you. You really enjoyed it. What do you think that she would be thinking right now, and do you have a message for her at all?
Yeah, I mean, that was really cool that you guys did that. That's really cool that Tiger TGR Foundation did that. It was fun to be able to reconnect with somebody I haven't seen in a long time, who obviously helped, you know, teachers help essentially raise kids for a year at a time. So that was cool. I think she'd be proud. They should be proud of my attitude out there. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool that all aligned with this week. I think that's maybe not a coincidence.
All right. We appreciate it, and thanks again for your time, and congratulations on being the champion this year.
Yeah, thank you guys.